What I wanted to bring up is what's the spiritual component in mental health. There's a lot of things that we identify as being issue related to mental health that are not getting resolved easily. And the reason why is because they actually don't belong to the mental body. Those issues are coming from somewhere else. No, so now when you have an issue identified as mental challenge, there are many layers, of course, that needs to be read. You coming into this incarnation with all the imprint and the memories of the lineage of your father and your mother, and then yourself, whatever was imprinted in your personality at the moment of conception, whatever level of consciousness your parents were holding when they were conceiving you, and then you had all the time of gestation, when you were in this incubator before you were being launched, before your soul is being launched. And then you come also with the tata of your soul that is has so many imprints of past lives, wounds, whatever. And so on top of that, you add the layers of all the programs that are imprinted by society. And so, of course, with all of these different layers of information, and you coming with, feeling, whatever feeling that you're feeling, whether it's anxiety or a little bit of depression or inner void, it's not easy to find out where this is coming from which layer is coming from. Is it a memory from an ancestral memory? Is it something that my soul is holding? And so it's actually very helpful to be able to identify where is this coming from. And we cannot resolve this just by approaching this just from the mental health point of view, because the tools that we have from that angles, they wouldn't be complete enough. And so that's the reason why there are many pathologies that are not resolved, because actually they are not really pathologies. They are not disease or disorders that are inherent to the mental body. They are actually coming from the soul not finding its place into this incarnation. And so basically,
so how can we find that feeling? What would you do?
So most likely, first of all, is to respect the sensation, the signals that the body is sending you. If you have a signal that something is not right, not aligned, and you're taking medication to cut the signal so you won't hear it out loud anymore, it's not going to help you, because what the medication would do in that case would be to cut your access to this information that something is not aligned. It will not heal the misalignment. It will just prevent you to access that something is not aligned. And so, of course, I'm not talking now about heavy pathologies that require medication to address the urgency. I'm talking about way before, when you start feeling uncomfortable, when you start feeling that something is off, and you decide to compensate with whatever addiction, or you decide to decide just not to address it, and thinking that, oh, if you go shopping, it's gonna go, if you take drugs, or if you take, go dancing, or whatever that you decide to do to compensate, and bury this sensation, thinking that it's gonna go away if you put it behind, but it's really behind, but it's behind in your field, it stays in your field, and so you're taking it everywhere. And so there is no escape, there is only taking the courage to address it and use the physical sensation that are appearing in the body to allow us to track where is this coming from. And this is how I'm working. For example, we always start from a physical sensation that the energetic imprint is allowing the body to feel, rising. And from this sensation, we are going to go back to the first time ever it appeared in the feet. Sometimes it could be even in past lives, sometimes it could be in this life, but in the during childhood. It doesn't matter, but always this sensation will take us to the root cause of this misalignment. And when we find it there, we are getting aware of where it has been recorded, in which layer it has been recorded, because it needs to be transmuted from any layer where it's recorded. And so addressing a mental disorder also on energetic level, also on spiritual level, it's very important to be able to make sure that we are actually taking care of the whole of all the components of this misalignment. The mental body is a navigator that allows the soul to navigate this realm. So it facilitates the navigation. But basically, who's doing this journey is the soul. So the soul needs to find enough room to be able to incarnate the body and expand through this life incarnation, thanks to the mental body. The mental body should just be a healthy navigator, just a ship that allows to facilitate the journey to the soul. And so to make sure that this vessel, this ship, is in good condition and will not be on the way, not sabotage the journey of the soul, it's very important. And so the mental body needs as much clearing and cleansing as the physical body. You're thinking of having a shower every day, for your physical body. It should be the same for the mental body. It should be the same for the emotional body, because those are just navigators. They need to be constantly cleared and cleansed in order for the soul to feel comfortable at home, to feel welcome, to feel that it wants to stay. Because most of the depression and the voids and all of those sensations that start as just discomfort and then turns out to be really heavy, that end up to be really heavy, they are just coming from the soul not feeling welcomed, feeling betrayed, feeling let down. And so when it's happening, then the soul is fragmenting and leaving behind, some portion of the soul is just staying behind more and more and more. And the more it's fragmenting, the more the person is left out just with very basic level of spirit that just allow enough vitality to make the body function. And then that's the open window to all kind of implementation of programs or entities, or because entities also can attach to the mental body and create all this anxiety, fear, addiction. And so, of course, if the soul is not at home, no one is there to guard. It's not the mental body really that guarding. The mental body can filter and say, hey, or you don't belong here, hi and goodbye, you're out. So the mental body can do that, but the soul is guarding really. And so you want your soul at home to guard you, to make sure that your ship will not be used by some other entities that might have agendas on macro consciousness or anything else that have other agendas than you fulfilling your soul purpose, than you aligning with your highest potential, than you being completely free. And by the way, most people don't know the definition of mental health as we define it in holistic healing in general. Is mental health is a complete freedom to be who you actually can be, who you want to be. And everybody would say, but me, I feel free to be who I want to be, I don't feel